Ooh, those nipples are gonna be hard, my friends. I'm gonna cut glass. Before we get into today's video, I wanna thank our sponsor, MagicMind. MagicMind is an all-natural nootropic blend that I take every single day to help me induce a state of flow. It contains all natural materials, and they just recently upgraded to version 4.0. I've been using 3.0 for quite some time. It was a little gloppy, it was a little goopy, but I still liked it, and you might have seen me talk about it in a previous episode. They have upgraded now to a micronized formula, so there's no shaking required. It goes down fast and easy. And just to demonstrate that, let's take a look. Whoa, here we go. Nothing. I did shake it up just a little bit, but I guess I really didn't even have to. They've even updated its flavor profile so it tastes even better. So again, thank you so much for sponsoring today's show. Let's get into the episode.
Health laws at the border.
Come with me. Hello everybody. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? It is about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about -7 Celsius. I did look that up before I came out here. We've had a lot of cold, and now I am training in the cold. And so this is my cold training today, and I wanted to take you with me. I've got some confessions to make. So my one of my mentors, someone I really respect, and just overall a really good guy, Joseph Courville. He's a 2-time world record holder for the longest skin to ice. He beat Wim Hof's record twice. Absolutely great guy. A quote that comes to mind right now. Whoa, it's slippery. Let me get over here in the frozen over. This is just absolutely beautiful. Anyway, a quote that comes to mind is that the hardest season is your second season. And that is what I'm going into now. And Joseph Courville is a ice swimmer, and he trains ice swimmers. And what typically happens is a person becomes incredibly well adapted to the cold on their first year in the cold. They'll go out, they'll have a great season, and then of course the summertime hits and they lose their adaptation. And then they come back the next season and they expect to pick up right where they left off, and then they can't. There's an adaptation that they have to wait for. That is where I am right now. So many of you guys have been following this channel for a long time, and I thank you. Thank you so much for following this channel. For years, since I think it's 2014 is when I started cold training in a serious way. And from 2014, pretty much up until about a year ago, I was training 100%, pretty much every day, very regularly taking ice baths. My first year was just cold showers, just so you guys know. First year was just cold showers. And I didn't get into taking ice baths until my second year. But after that, it was pretty intense cold training. And so, I wrote the practical guide to cold training. If you want to take a look at my training methodologies, you can take a look. Of course, one of my first teachers was Wim Hof. I got to train directly with him and work with him for many, many times. But I also developed my own thing because while I absolutely respect Wim Hof, how can you not? There's a lot of things that I felt that needed to be added to a person's cold training, and a lot of questions that I was able to answer through my own personal research and experience and training thousands of people of my own students. So I developed my own training methodology, trained thousands of people, and first of all, real quick, this is the Wabash River in Indiana, and it's so cold that it's completely frozen over. There's a few spots that are not frozen, but I just love this. We just got a snow last night, a few inches. It's not really deep snow, but it's perfect. It's this beautiful, cold, quiet that I love. And I'm training right now. This is me training because I've taken, here's a cold confession. Cold air confession number one is that I took a sabbatical. I took some time off from cold training. And it wasn't necessarily because I was trying to take some time off. You got to remember I've started a breathwork school. I have a really busy schedule these days, traveling all over the place. And there's not always an opportunity for me to take ice baths. I've taken cold showers, but a lot of these places I go, the cold showers just aren't very cold. So I realized about a couple months ago that I hadn't taken an ice bath for probably 6 months. And that's the longest I've ever gone. And I know that my cold adaptation has really suffered as a result. And so now I'm retraining myself. Now, I'd be saying, Jesse, it looks like you're doing great. You're out here in the snow and you're bare chested. You're in pretty sweet trunks, right? I mean, these are not bad trunks. Look at this. Not bad trunks. Okay, fair enough. But let me tell you this. For me, cold air is not as challenging as an ice bath. Ooh, those nipples are going to be hard, my friends. I'm going to cut glass. Anyway, a lot of people will say that taking an ice bath is easier than doing what I'm doing right now. For me, it's the opposite. For me, cold air is not quite as big of a challenge. It certainly is challenging me right now. I know that I will feel tired after this. So I want to talk about some confessions. First of all, the first confession was that I'm retraining, which is actually awesome for this channel. I think I didn't even think about it this way, because I'm going to go through all these things that I get a lot of questions about all over again. And maybe I'm not going through all of it, but for instance, right now, it's around the holidays. Today is December 26th that I'm taking this. I don't know when I'm going to release this, but day after Christmas. I've been around a lot of people. There's a lot of viruses and things like that that are floating around. When you're around a lot of people, nobody's going to miss the holidays, right? Well, I'm stressing myself right now. So because I know that it's possible that I have ingested a virus or a bacteria, I need to be really mindful. So right now I'm really feeling it out. You'll notice I'm taking a walk, but I'm not going to take a like a mile one direction and then go until I can't go anymore. And then, oh my God, what am I going to do? I know that I'm going to do laps until I'm ready to go in. And I'm probably going to be ready to go in within the next 5-10 minutes. A good 15-minute walk in -7 Celsius. I like saying it that way because it's more impressive. Sounds more impressive. It's 20 degrees Fahrenheit for my Fahrenheit friends. But some of the things that I know from my experience is that I will feel tired after this. I'm also impatient. Okay, so the impatience is normally something that my clients have to work through, but I'm human too. I want to be totally adapted by tomorrow. But I'm impatient. What I'd love to do is go back to my house, take a cold shower after this, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back to my house. This is my cold exposure for the day. I'm going to go back to my house. I'm going to have some hot tea. I'm going to relax. I might go to the gym, but I'm going to see how I feel, because you have to understand what we're doing is we're using our physiological process of hormesis to stress and recover, but you have to have the recovery. That's an essential part. So yes, I'm out here, I'm stressing myself, but I'm going to recover. I won't do another cold exposure until tomorrow. and I'll feel, okay, how do I feel? Do I feel like I can do one? You know, how, maybe just a little splash, maybe just a cold shower. So you have to really feel it through. Now in my cold training book, I give a little bit more guidance, because it's really hard before you really develop that sense of introspection. It's really hard to know, how do I feel? And most of us are really disconnected from our inner feelings. And I know no one wants to feel like, no, I know how I feel. There's so much more complexity. But overall, I'm retraining, and I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel, okay, Jess, time to get back to that car, time to warm up a little bit. And I'm not going to say, oh, push through it and all this stuff. I'm going to respect the fact that I'm in touch with how I feel. Guys, thanks for taking a walk with me. I'm almost back to my car. Fortunately, there's not anybody in the park today. So that's really been nice that I didn't have to have the onlookers. Honestly, it's no fun. Yeah, at first you're like, hey, look at me. There's a confession. At first you're doing it to show off. Admit it. But then eventually you just realize, no, I'm doing this for my health. I'm doing this to push myself psychologically past the fear of the cold. I'm doing this to make myself better. That's what it's all about. Guys, thanks for taking a walk with me. And please like and subscribe. And don't forget to go out there and be kind to one another. I'll see you next time.